before we get into our specific teams, I wanted to revisit all the new rules. Just now that we're done with the first season of radical rule changes, I wanted to get your thoughts. I think we're on the same page on all this, but I was just wondering if you have you heard anyone complain all year that they didn't get to see a double switch?
No,
Did you hear anyone complain all year that they didn't get to see a shift come into play?
no.
No. Did you ever
I
hear
feel like
anyone
I feel like I'm renouncing my vows in church. Do you reject Satan and all his acts? I do.
Did you ever hear anyone complain that the game they just watched wasn't 4 hours long?
Yes. No, I haven't. I actually haven't.
Well, I guess the only other thing is, do you even notice that the bases are bigger than they are?
No, but I love the action on the base pass.
Well,
So
that's the
hey,
thing. I mean, we've seen exponential steals and the threat of a steal with the bigger bases being closer together and the pickoff rule changing. It's an unmitigated success. Even if people just forget about it, that complain about everything, they
yeah,
don't remember that they
that's a
complained.
success. Yeah.
Yeah, they no one's complained about what's going on. There was a brief push to extend the pitch clock for the postseason, which I thought was fucking ridiculous. We've proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that the pitch clock is working. And when was the last time you saw a pitch clock violation of consequence? Certainly not on a strike three that everyone was terrified that was going to happen.
No, I mean, I think the things towards the later end of the season were more like the pitchers were getting ready. We've had a few with all our teams. I think of the pitcher getting ready to throw too quickly, and they called a violation on them.
Yeah,
That
that's a
that
bit
that and that was a more of a nuance thing
right.
that they knew, but they didn't really think they were doing it. So whatever. But
Well,
like,
people were trying to take advantage of that. Was what
yeah,
was going on, that new part of the rule, but I think umpires fessed that out and it
but
was
yeah.
squashed.
And let's be honest, there are I initially was concerned. I will go all the way back to the beginning of the season. I was initially concerned on the idea that you had one throw over and you
Well,
had like,
two, but
well, yeah, two. Sorry, you had two throwovers and you had a clock. But
you don't
it,
even notice the clock. I don't see the clock. I don't think they put the clock up in the graphics
yeah,
anymore.
but it
Maybe
was
maybe
it.
they do, but I don't see it.
But there were pitchers, and we talked about it on the air. There's pitchers who took advantage of it. They waited to 1 second and threw over, and the runner thought they had a clean fucking
Yeah. I didn't
swipe
see
of the
that.
base,
Yeah,
and
I didn't see
it
it happen
happened.
too much.
No, but it did happen, and it was just it's essentially just like the old times, except you only get two throws over, right? And I don't know how many times. Let's be honest. If you throw over 5 times, and the guy's a true base stealer, he's going to swipe the bag anyway, unless there's a good throw. Like it
Did you
didn't.
see any balk calls for throwing over 3 times and not getting them the third? I don't
No,
even think they bothered throwing at that point, so
no, they never bothered, and like I think there's ways to. Everyone can manipulate it however they want. A batter could wait
it's
to the
another
to
point
the yeah,
of strategy.
yeah,
It's gamesmanship. It's just another thing to use to your advantage if you're smart enough to do it, so
yeah. The batter could wait till the 8th second or the ninth
and
second,
that was
whatever it
happening
was,
a
at eight or
lot.
nine.
Yeah.
I am 100%. If you're a batter and trying to get the pitcher out of rhythm, don't fucking just get back in and be ready to hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's how it's always been. You could step out or whatever, and that still happens. You can call timeout.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
ways to mess up the timing. So
Overall, it only improved the game.
I agree. That's what drove me crazy then when we're getting towards the playoffs and people are asking, "Oh, let's add 2 seconds to the pitch clock, two when someone's on base, and two, we need a little bit more time." It's like, what's the difference? Like, what? All you're going to accomplish with that is throw everyone off the rhythm that they've developed over 162 games, getting used to those times. And it's like, why would you add more time just because it's the playoffs? And fortunately, that was squashed several weeks ago. So, and it has not happened. I just thought that was so stupid. Like, what's the difference? We figured out It's working great. Everyone's used to it now. There are few violations. It doesn't come up that just very often at all anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure, it might happen, as we go along the playoffs, something might happen, but you know what? That's their fault at this point. We played 162 games. If you can't figure out how to throw a pitch in time or be in the batter's box in time, that's on you. It doesn't matter what the situation is. That's ridiculous. So,
I agree.
Word Hole Media.